Good morning, beautiful knitters, and welcome to Lovely Day Knits. If we haven't met before, my name's Eleisha. I'm a knitter from Coffs Harbour, Australia, and I hope you're having a super lovely day so far. Today we have a knitting podcast, and I actually wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get up a video this week because I tried to film this video earlier in the week. I've tried every day to film this video and it just hasn't happened. I've needed a nap halfway through every single one of them. So today's the day. I will be filming and I will get a video up for you, but I might need a nap break or two in between because health-wise, it's been an interesting few weeks. But I'm here and I'm so glad to be talking to you. So today we're just going to go through my finished objects, my works in progress, some beautiful acquisitions, and I've got a bit of a life update, health update, Christmas chat. I don't know. We'll chat about life at the end if you're interested in that at all. But first, I have to thank every single person that joined along the Kudavakika knit along that I held in November and December. I had so much fun knitting alongside all of you. It was just so lovely to see all of your beautiful works in progress and then your finished objects. It was just making my day to open up Instagram and see all of these beautiful Kudavakika knits. So thank you so much to everyone who joined along, and I'm looking forward to hosting some more knit alongs in the future. But the winners I did announce and get in contact with on my Instagram, but these were the beautiful winners. So congratulations to you guys for joining in and then also winning the prizes. Speaking of winners, I did do a Babylon giveaway last year, towards the end of last year, and the winner still hasn't contacted me. I've tried to contact you, but if you are at Maria Zier, I'll pop the name on the screen here, please send me an email to the email address on the screen. I would love to get that Babylon leather bag out to you ASAP. Without further ado, let's get straight into some finished knits and what I'm wearing. I am absolutely obsessed with, and I know I say that a lot about my knits, but this one is like a new wardrobe staple. It's something I've been reaching for a lot, and it is the two-fold V-neck sweater light by Kadri, and I love it. I love the fit, I love the style, I love the cropped, I love that it's a V-neck, I love the I-cord finishes. Everything about this knit is just absolute perfection, and I love it, and I've been reaching for it every single day. I've knit this out of Bendigo Woolen Mills Cotton Crush in the colour khaki, which I love this colour so much. It is just the perfect shade of green, I think, and yeah, I'm absolutely loving this shade. So this has been my just grab and go, and because it's made out of cotton, it is like perfect for my climate. It's quite warm here most of the time. It's summer here at the moment, but it hasn't been an overly hot summer, so that means that I'm getting a lot of wear out of this cotton sweater, and I'm going to be making a lot more cotton sweaters in the future, I think, as well. The Bendigo Woolen Mills Cotton Crush is definitely my favorite cotton that I've used. There's just something about it that's just a little bit softer than their normal regular cotton, and I love it. So I will definitely be wanting more of it. They actually just had a sale on, and I tried to get some more of it, but they were out of all of the colors that I really love. And they had a few in the DK versions, but I like the fingering weight for any summer sweaters because I feel like it's just that little bit lighter and a little bit more wearable throughout the warm months. But they didn't have any of the shades that I wanted, so that was a bit of a shame, but that's fine. Hopefully they'll get some more Cotton Crush in the future because it's been my favorite cotton and it's just so wearable and gorgeous. I have no complaints about it whatsoever. I knit this one on 3.5mm needles or US size 4 in the size extra small, and I think the fit is just perfect. I met gauge. It fits so lovely, and I love the crop style of it as well. Obviously, if you're going to make it and you want it longer, you can just keep on going with that stockinette stitch. But I do love that all the finishes are I-cord edgings. I think it just gives it a really nice, neat and polished look. And I love the depth of the V-neck as well. I think it's really nice and relaxed, and it's not falling off my shoulders, which is a massive bonus, I think, because a lot of the ones with like a V-neck or the wider necklines tend to fall off my shoulders a lot. This one has stayed put. I haven't had that issue yet. So It's just a win all round with this one, really, an absolute win. And her pattern clarity was beautiful. I am really enjoying Kadri's pattern writing style, and I'll definitely be looking at some more of her patterns in the future to knit up because I've been very impressed. It was an absolute breeze. I don't know what it is with I-cord edging, but every time that I do one on the bottom hem, no matter if I like block it and pin it down, it still rolls up. So it is what it is, and it's just rolling up slightly, but that's fine. I can't figure out if there's like a magic to trying to get the I-cord to not roll. So one day I'll probably figure that out. But as for now, it's rolling, and so is all of my I-cord edging hems that I've done. I don't know, if you've got a bonus tip other than blocking and pinning it down, then please let me know in the comments. I would love to know how to fix that issue, but it's not that much of an issue. I'm not that fussed with it, so it is what it is. But I'm obsessed. I'm in love. If you haven't tried this already, then I highly recommend this pattern. I highly recommend this yarn. If you don't have a cotton sweater in your wardrobe, then definitely get a cotton sweater in your wardrobe because I feel like they're just so wearable. We did actually do a road trip down to my in-laws, which was like an 8-hour drive over the Christmas break, and I had this on the whole way down, and because the seatbelt was over my precious jumper, I did not think about it, but it was wearing out the cotton. So now it's kind of fluffy in throughout here. So I think I'll just have to like de-pill it and de-fluff it a little bit. So that was a bit of a shame, but it hasn't stopped me wearing it at all. It's the perfect go-to. So highly recommend two-fold V-neck sweater, light by Kadri. Perfection. Let's chat about one that I haven't shown on the podcast yet. It wasn't a WIP in my last one. So this is the Seasons cardigan by Ozetta, and I love this. This has also been an absolute go-to. I was wanting just a neutral colored sweater cardigan, that's what it's called, to just chuck on over anything. I wanted it cropped, and I wanted some nice, like, kind of not so tight sleeves either. And I wanted it to be able to go with like high-waisted pants and high-waisted skirts as well. And this has delivered it. This has delivered everything that I wanted in a cardigan. So I am more than happy with this. I am absolutely stoked with this cardigan. It is a half fisherman's rib, and I didn't want it to end. I was having so much fun knitting this up. Well, I was having fun knitting up the body because the body was really fun and I really enjoyed half fisherman's rib in the body, but the sleeves were a bit of a slog. So I didn't want the body to end, but I really wanted the sleeves to end. Because half fisherman's rib, when you're working it flat, you're just doing on the wrong side, you're knitting the whole way, and then on the right side, you're just doing purl one and then knit one below. It's just, I don't know, there was something about the rhythm of it that I really enjoyed, and it just felt like it flew off the needles, the body. I just didn't want it to end at all. So it was a bit of a shame when it did end. And then I got to the sleeves. And because you're not working flat and you're working in the round, you have to purl the whole row instead of knitting the whole row. And apparently that just got to me on smaller needles. I don't enjoy doing it purling as much as knitting, but then you put purling on smaller needles and it wasn't as fun, but that's fine. I got a beautiful, beautiful cardigan in the end. I did make like some minor adjustments or modifications to this, and that was that she has buttons, and I obviously don't have buttons because I will never button this up. This is a purely grab and chuck on over any outfit when it's a little bit chilly. That's what I wanted this for, and that's what it's doing. So I wasn't going to use the buttons, so I wasn't going to put them on. I think that was a fair call. The only other modification that I did do was on the sleeves. I didn't do any decreases. So she's got decreases going down the sleeves like gradually. I didn't do any of those. I only put the decreases right down the end near the cuff. So I did do the amount of decreases that she recommended, but I did them just before the cuff. So you can see that it rapidly decreases right before the cuff. And that's because I just like my sleeves a little bit area and a little bit more roomy than most sleeves are. So, and I like that balloony kind of look. So that was the only modifications that I did. Everything else was to pattern. Her pattern clarity, absolutely flawless. Loved it. It was so easy to read, so easy to understand. I will definitely be doing some more of her designs in the future as well. Actually, I think might have started one. Anyways, her pattern writing, top tier, beautiful. We'll definitely be doing more of hers in the future. I wouldn't mind actually knitting up another one of these in black as well. I knit this one up in some cotton from Spotlight. It was like a different kind of cotton. It was, I don't know how to explain it. It was kind of, it wasn't a blown. Maybe it was chain knit. I think that's how they might describe it online. But it's this really kind of fluffy, super, super soft cotton yarn. I couldn't believe how soft it was. So I'm assuming that this is actually going to pill a lot. I can see a little bit of wear on it already. So I don't know how well this yarn is actually going to hold up for the amount that I'm going to be wearing it, because this is going to be my throw on with anything, just when it's a bit chilly kind of cardigan. So it's going to be getting a lot of wear. So I will keep you updated on the pillage situation or the wear situation. So far, it's doing pretty well. I'm not mad about it at all. I think it's holding up quite well considering how cheap this was. I think I spent about 25 Australian dollars on this altogether, which is so cheap for a sweater. I feel like you can't really get that from a shop for that cheap. So I'm absolutely stoked with it. The only thing that I probably should have done was added a little bit more length to the sleeves. I was a little bit scared because the last time I did a full fisherman's rib sweater, it grew like crazy, like more than I could have even imagined it to grow. So I was a bit hesitant to put any more length on the sleeves and any more length on the body because I thought that it was going to grow like crazy. But when I blocked it out, it actually didn't grow very much at all. So I might even go back and add a little bit of length to the sleeves. I'm not mad about where it kind of ends. It ends just maybe at my wrist. So that's not too bad, but I think a little bit longer would have been good. But it looks really cute with like dresses and skirts. So I think I'm just gonna leave it as is. And if it annoys me, I'll go back and just pop some more length on it because I've got some leftover of this, so works out perfect. But I can highly recommend this pattern, absolutely. The yarn is super soft and really lovely. I'll have it linked down below for you. I'll see about the wear. It's looking pretty good at the moment, but you can see a little bit of wear on it already, and it's only been a couple of weeks since it's been done. So I'm not sure if I can recommend the yarn yet or not, but if you're after a cheap cotton yarn, I think it's a 10 ply, then go for it. It's so cheap, I don't think you can go wrong. The only thing that I thought was a bit weird about this pattern, or it wasn't weird at all, it was just the needle size. So they suggest a 5.5 millimeter needle in the pattern, and I had to go all the way down to a size 4, which is a whole 1.5 mil, which is just a lot of needle sizes in between to hit gauge. So I hit gauge with 4 millimeter needles. So I don't know if that means if she's a really like loose knitter, is that how it would be? And I'm more of a, no, if she's a really tight knitter and I'm more of a looser knitter, I don't know. I can't brain power what that actually means right now, but that was a massive needle size. So I just thought that was a little bit interesting that the needle size was like so vastly different, but it worked out in the end and I'm really happy with the result. So the season's cardigan, I would definitely knit it again, and I would definitely recommend it if you're after a beautiful half fisherman's rib sweater. I haven't recorded in about a month, so I feel like I've got a lot of finished knits to show you. I have 6 for you today. Mind you, 3 of them are ranunculuses, which is what we're going to chat about right now. And these are my 3 ranunculus, which I'm so happy with. And yes, I have definitely jumped on the bandwagon of loving the ranunculus. For me, it's more about the process and the knit and the gratification of such a quick knit. That's what's really grabbed me and hooked me into the ranunculus. You get a beautiful result in the end. Like you do get a beautiful, I've just knitted like t-shirts and I really, really enjoy them. But it was more about just the knit for me than the finished object. I really just wanted that knitting experience. I really like the texture. It gives you that beautiful engagement without it being like too much or like too in-depth. It's really easy to follow. I knitted this while around family, so I was being distracted and then I could find my place and spot really easily. It's more of kind of like a mindless knit. Once you've knitted one, you're like, okay, I get what to do now. Great process knits, but you also get some beautiful results in the end as well. And I've knitted all 3 of these slightly differently, so I thought I would chat about them. If you caught my Worth the Hype series, you would have seen these 2 ones here, the blue and then the bamboo one that I knit up. But of course, over the Christmas break, I had a ball of yarn that I didn't know what to do with, but I loved this color. It's the perfect mustardy yellow, but it leans very much brown. I can't really pull off like yellow very well, but I can pull off like a browny mustardy yellow. And I think this was an absolutely perfect color. And I only had 1 ball of this yarn and it was in a 6 ply, so I didn't know what to do with it, to be honest. So I thought, why not make a ranunculus? And this only took me a day and a half. It was so quick. The only thing is, this is knit out of the most beautiful alpaca yarn. I adore this yarn so much, but I lost the label and I have no idea what brand this is, and I have no idea how to find it again. So I'm hoping I'll find the label somewhere in the car maybe, because I took it away while we were traveling, or maybe in a knitting bag, but I'm really hoping that I can find the label, because this is probably the softest, most beautiful yarn. It's not cashmere soft, but it's like it's alpaca soft. That's what it is. It's alpaca soft. I love the drape of it. Everything about it is just gorgeous, and I really wanted to knit with it again, and I forgot to take a photo of the label and I don't know where it is. So I'm really hoping I can find it again, because this yarn, absolutely stunning. So because I already did a Worth the Hype series and you saw me knit up this blue one, so you saw an in-depth version, I won't harp on too much about them, but I thought I'd share some of the cast on methods that I did that was slightly different, and a few of the things that I did slightly differently for each one, and what I would probably recommend. So for the cast on edges, I did each one differently. So for the blue one here, I did the recommended cast on, which I did not enjoy. It wasn't fun, and I just don't enjoy the result of it either. Like, I just don't think it was worth the bit of a headache that I did have with it. I can't remember what the cast on was called, but I don't know, it was just a little bit confusing for me. And I think the result is not that great anyway, so I probably wouldn't recommend that one. So if you're after another kind of cast on method, for this one I just did the long tail cast on, and I think that worked out really well. It's kind of similar to the blue cast on method, but I think it's a little bit neater again. So I do recommend the long tail cast on. I think that it worked really well. And then for this bamboo version, it wasn't like a knit cast on. I can't remember what you call it. I think it's called a cable cast on. It's similar to the knit cast on, but instead of going to knit the stitch and then pulling the loop through, you go between 2 stitches and then pull the loop through between 2 stitches. And I think it gives it a really lovely edge. It's not quite as stretchy as the long tail cast on, but I cast on a wider neckline for this one and it worked out really well, and I don't have any troubles fitting it over my head. So that one I probably wouldn't recommend as much as the long tail. It was a good cast on, so that is an option if you're looking for a different cast on method. And speaking about the cast on and neckline, I've actually had a fair few people reach out to me and ask about the wide neck versus smaller neckline and how I actually did it, because I cast on for the wider neckline opposed to the smaller neckline for all of these, and they're not that wide. And I had a few people reach out to me and ask how I actually fit this 60 stitches on a cable needle, because it's really hard to try and stretch around even like the small cable needles. And I had to use my shorty set to actually cast on all of those stitches, and I think I just stuck with my shorties for the entire knit. I just had like a really short cable for the entire knit and just crammed on all of the stitches there. So if you're struggling with the cast on and how to actually like get them on, then I'd suggest some shorty needles. But I know a lot of people don't have 6mm needles with shorty needles, so you could probably try a magic loop or some DPNs possibly, I think would be a good solution, because it does get really tight and it's a real struggle to try try and pull it even on those shorter cables. So shorties, probably the way to go if you've got any. And I found that casting on for the wider neckline, it's not actually that wide, it's still quite a small neckline. So I couldn't imagine how tight the smaller neckline is because it's half the amount of stitches. So I don't know how people are getting that over their heads, but the wider neckline has worked out really well for me. I've been able to fit it over my head and I'm really happy with like where it kind of sits. But in the photos, I think because they do so much more positive ease, maybe that drops it a little bit. I don't know, but the wider neckline worked out perfect. So for the different yarns I used that beautiful alpaca for this one, and then I used a bamboo from Spotlight for this one. I'll link it down below for you, but it's absolutely beautiful to wear. It's a worsted or 10-ply weight, and I used 6mm needles for this one. So this one is definitely more true to gauge and true to kind of the positive ease that is recommended. I knit the size 1 in this one on the recommended needles. The only thing that I did differently was cast on with slightly smaller needles for the neckline because I didn't want a super drapey neckline. So I cast on with 5.5mm needles for the neckline, and then I did the cable cast on so that it wouldn't stretch out too much. And maybe that's why the wider neckline isn't so stretched on this one. But I do highly recommend this bamboo yarn. It is so soft next to skin. It is so cool to touch, so it's perfect for summer. I love wearing t-shirts in summer, but sometimes they can get like a little bit sticky and a little bit too hot. But this bamboo is just so cool next to skin. And this being like a worsted weight 10-ply yarn, and I can still wear this in summer, that's got to say something for this beautiful bamboo yarn. So I can highly recommend this as a beautiful summer yarn, absolutely gorgeous, and it's so cheap. I picked each ball up for like $2.20 Australian, and it came to be about $9 for this top, which is just insanely cheap. And because it's a ranunculus, it uses barely any yarn, and that's why it's such a cheap make, and I absolutely love it. The color is beautiful, the drape is beautiful, the yarn, everything about it is beautiful. So yeah, highly recommend all of the combo for this one. And this one here I used some Holsgarn Super Soft for, and I love the color of this one. The color is so beautiful. It's become my new favorite color, so I think I will definitely be wearing some more of this beautiful deep blue in the future. If you've seen my Worth the Hype video, you know that I found this a little bit scratchy against my skin, but I had some beautiful comments, and actually Holsgarn reached out to me as well and let me know a little bit about this Super Soft. And I wanted to let you know, actually I'll read it out because I don't remember from the top of my head and I don't want to say anything wrong. So I've learned a little bit about the Super Soft and like why it's actually called Super Soft. And so Holsgarn said that Super Soft is a rustic traditional yarn. It was considered super soft compared to the alternatives at the time when people used to use 100% Shetland, and so adding that 50% merino was a big step. Today, very soft 100% merino yarns are much more common, so Super Soft isn't quite that super soft anymore, but we've kept the name. So that makes a lot of sense why it's actually called that, because when I was knitting it up, I was thinking, why is this called Super Soft? Because it's not super soft, it's definitely a rustic yarn, and so that makes a lot of sense. And I've had a lot of beautiful comments and suggestions on how to actually care for this and make it a little bit softer. So if you haven't worked with Super Soft before, then the suggestion is to soak it for a really long time with some dish soap, and that'll get out the spinning oil, and by doing that it actually makes it a bit softer and nicer to wear. So I haven't actually been able to do that yet, so I will be doing that. I'll be giving it a good soak, probably even overnight, with some dish soap, and then seeing how it goes. And I'm really excited to see how it actually comes up, because I hear so many people absolutely love this yarn, and I was just really upset that it was kind of itchy on my arms, and I really want to get a lot of wear out of this because I love the fit, I love the style, and I love the color. They have so many beautiful colors. If you haven't checked out Holsgarn, check out their website because they've got so many beautiful bases, which I am definitely trying in the future, and they've got so many amazing colors. So that alone I think is worth having a look at. So I'm hoping that this one, after doing some more washing with some dish soap that it'll just soften out and I'll be able to wear this more. So the only other thing that I did differently with all 3 of these was I did different needle sizes for every single one of them. So for this one here, I did 5.5mm needles and a size 1. For this blue one, I used 5mm needles and knit it in a size 2. And then for this bamboo one, I knit it on the recommended 6mm needles and I knit a size 1 with this as well. So this is probably more accurate to how it's actually supposed to fit and more accurate towards the gauge, but I do love the fit of the other ones as well. So I think that's enough Ranunculus talk. I think I've covered everything. I do really love them all and I've been wearing them a lot. They're so much fun if you're looking for like a super gratifying, satisfying, dopamine hitting knit. The Ranunculus. The Ranunculus is for you. And I have one more finished object to show you, and that is my Summer Secret Top by Jessie Made Designs. And this is my second version of this one. So I've knit this before, but this one I have made a few modifications on the pattern and I really, really love the way this turned out. The fit is just exactly what I had imagined. I knit it off gauge, very off gauge. So I knit this on 3.5mm needles to give it a really beautiful tight looking fabric. And because my gauge was so much tighter, I knit it in the size large to get the size extra small, and it worked out perfectly. So for the yarn for this one, I used some Explorer Knits and Fibers in the colorway National Park, and I love the colorway of this. It is so beautiful and it's very nationally parky. So she's absolutely nailed the colorway there. The yarn is really nice. It's a 4-ply yarn and it's just a really nice wool yarn, softer touch, really nice next to skin. So I would highly recommend that yarn, and I'm definitely going to be looking at some more of her colorways because I love this one so much. I feel like I'm going to wear this to like a zoo or a safari or something because it just says nature all over it. So for the modifications for this one, I made a lot of modifications. It doesn't really look like the sample photos, and it is different to the one that I knit before as well. So I knit the higher neckline, which is really easy to do. You just keep following the decreases as is. I also changed, there's supposed to be ribbing along the armholes, but I just changed that to be more of like an I-cord look. So where you just get to the end of a row and you slip 3 and then you just knit the next row like normal. And then when you get to the end, slip 3, you know, that back and forth. And it just gives it a really nice kind of I-cord, neat looking edge on the side there. So I was really happy with that. And then the straps as well, I just continued that I-cordy look. I left 6 stitches on and just continued on and just slipped the last 2 stitches when I got to each end, and it gives you this really beautiful kind of neat looking rolled, almost I-cordy looking strap. Also for the back, it is supposed to just be a low back with some ribbing along like mid back. And I decided to do, I had like heaps of leftover yarn. I did exactly the same that I did in the front, except for I just extended it a little bit further so it would sit up a little bit further. So you can see the back sits up a little bit more. And I think that just gave a really nice kind of fit and finish. And I'm really, really happy with the results. I think that was the only modifications that I did, and it gives you a completely different look. But I find Jessie Made Designs just so easy and clear to read. This is a bottom-up construction, and I really enjoyed the fact that I just went straight into the body. If you want a mindless knit straight away, then this one is it, because you just go straight in the round and you don't have to think. There is optional waist shaping, or you can just knit it straight. I did the waist shaping and I think it worked out absolutely beautifully. So I would highly recommend this pattern. It is so well written, such a beautiful style, and uses barely any yarn. I still have so much yarn left over from this one skein of yarn. I can't say any better things about this other than definitely knit yourself one if you haven't already. It is such a fun, beautiful knit. Okay, let's chat about my current works in progress. And I have a lot of WIPs going on at the moment. Every single project bag is full and I've just got so many WIPs, but I'm just going to show my active WIPs at the moment, and that's only a few, so I feel like I won't drag it out too much with the things that you've already seen in the past. Let's chat about this beautiful one that I've got on at the moment, and this is the Moonset Tee by Ozetta, and I was kindly gifted this pattern by the beautiful Melissa from Melissa Knits for Fun here on YouTube. If you haven't checked out her YouTube channel, then I highly recommend it. I watch all of her videos. She has such a beautiful, lovely personality, and she's just a wealth of knowledge. She's been knitting for a very long time and she knits a lot, so I always learn something from her videos, and I love she actually just put up a yarn review video from 2025, and I found that such a helpful video to look at different yarns because I want to look at some more yarn brands this year, and it's really hard because a lot of them I don't have a lot of access to going physically into shops because there's not really a big yarn shop anywhere near me, so I find it really difficult to shop online. So when people do yarn reviews, I find that so helpful, and hers was awesome, so definitely check that out if you haven't already. She's a beautiful human, and thank you so much, Melissa, again for gifting me this incredible pattern. It's been on my to knit list. I have a Ravelry to knit list bundle, and it's been on that bundle for quite a while because it looks just like the perfect basic t-shirt. I was so overjoyed when this popped up in my Ravelry from Melissa, so thank you so much, Melissa. I've already hasted it on because I've been wanting to make it for so long. So here we are. I have just finished the left side with the neckband, and then I've just started on the right side, and it's been a really cool pattern so far. I love Ozetta's writing style. She's very clear, easy to understand, so I am really loving this pattern so far. The only thing that is like a little bit I haven't done before and is a little bit strange is that the collar, you cast on the collar and then you knit the collar, you attach it like halfway in, so you've just got this part of the collar, like this back neck of the collar here, and then right at the end I think you sew it up to close in the back there, and I thought that was just like something very different and interesting. I was very confused when I was knitting this up. I was like, what is going on? Where does this go? What is happening? And then I skipped to the end and read that it's actually you sew it in to the back neck at the end, and that made a lot more sense. I had like a that makes sense moment. I did actually cast this one on wrong. I was supposed to like join it in and then cast on from there, so I've got a little bit more sewing than the pattern actually says, but that's fine. It is what it is, and I hope that my sewing skills can be nice and neat because I'm not the neatest at sewing, so we'll see how we go. I'm knitting this on the recommended 3.25mm needles in the size extra small in some Bendigo Woolen Mills cotton, which I think is a bit of a theme today. I've got so much Bendigo Woolen Mills cotton going on today, so I do apologize. I'm not sponsored at all by them. I just really enjoy their beautiful quality yarn, and it's so affordable, so you'll be seeing a lot of the Bendigo Woolen Mills cotton today. This is just their regular cotton in, I think it's called parchment. I'll have it linked below for you. Their regular cotton isn't anything like too special. It's a cotton, it does the cotton job, and yeah, there's nothing too much to rave about. I prefer their cotton crush. It's just even softer, but yeah, this cotton is lovely as well. So this will be a beautiful basic white t-shirt, a nice relaxed fit to wear with high-waisted anything, because that's all I wear. So I'm very excited to have this on my needles and to be knitting it up. I really am looking to have some more basics in my wardrobe this year, and my goal is to have a fully handmade wardrobe, so that will be the goal. I need to start some sewing, but I just don't quite have the energy capacity to sew at the moment, so I'm just gonna knit all of the basics that I can and then start sewing hopefully this year at some point. In the meantime, I'm going to be doing a lot of beautiful basic knits in beautiful basic colors, such as a white t-shirt, and this is the perfect white t-shirt. I can already recommend it. I really like the V-neck shape going on. I think that's a beautiful touch, so I'm very excited for this one. That will be absolutely awesome to have in the wardrobe. And this WIP, I'm so excited about. This is, you know, those knits that you start working on and you just know that it's a soul knit. It's a knit that you're gonna reach for all the time. It's the perfect color. It's gonna be the perfect fit, I hope. It's something that you enjoyed knitting, but you're gonna enjoy wearing even more. Like, it is just perfection. As you can tell, this is probably one of my favorite knits so far, and it is. the beautiful Amedeo summer blouse, no, Amedeo summer sweater by Filigree by Johanna. Oh my goodness, I love this so much. Everything about this knit is absolutely perfect, except the pattern writing style. It just, I really, 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 really love her designs. Like every single one of her designs, I want to knit and I want to have in my wardrobe because I love them. And I feel like her style is very much my style. Every single one of her designs, I would 100% have in my wardrobe happily. But this is the second knit that I've done of hers. And the pattern writing, it doesn't quite hit me. It's just a bit confusing. It's a bit wordy and then the words don't quite make sense to me. So I really have to decipher like the pattern and kind of rewrite it in something that I would understand. And that's fine. That's just what I have to do. It is what it is. But if you pay for a pattern, you kind of like, I want it just to be written out and spelled out for me so that I don't have to do any work. Anyways, it is what it is. It's worth it for these patterns. And this is just absolutely stunning. The sleeve design is just, I love it so much. I really love it so much. It's just a very, very simple lace design. It's a mindless knit once you get the hang of the pattern and the hang of the repeats. That was one thing about this pattern that took me a long time to get used to, because she kind of gives you the chart, just like a little section of the chart, and then doesn't really tell you how to repeat it. So I had to use a lot of brain power to kind of figure out how to repeat the pattern, how to repeat the chart, and how to do the lace work without following a chart per se, because you only get a little section and then you kind of, I don't know, you just have to kind of figure it out yourself. But once you get the pattern, once you get the lace chart, it's really easy and really mindless after that. So I've been doing a little bit of reading, but then also just kind of doing knitters filling in the blanks for this one, and it's worked out okay. So the body is just plain stocking net. It's just a round neck on top as well, but then you've got these beautiful balloony shaped lace detailing on the sleeves. My husband says the lace design looks like some elven armor, you know, like a fantasy game or something. Nonetheless, it is the most beautiful lace design. I don't know why I like it so much, but the color of this as well is gorgeous. Bendigo Woolen Mills cotton, of course. I think it's their cotton crush in the color. No, I think it's just their regular cotton in chestnut. It's just the most beautiful brownie pink. It's like a earthy pink. It's my shade of pink. So you'll be seeing a lot more of probably greens and this like earthy colored pinky brown throughout this year, I think, because these are my new favorite colors and that's what I want to knit with all the time now. I'm really enjoying actually knitting this up. The sleeves, they just flew off my needles because I was enjoying the lace pattern so much, and the body is just stocking knit. So I've only got the collar and then the stocking knit body to go, and then I'll be done, and I'm so excited to have this in my wardrobe. I know that I'm going to get so much wear out of it, and I already want to reach for it. Like, that's how much I want to wear it. So this is just going to be something that I work on like solely until it's done. She has like a series of Amedeo patterns, and I think I bought like every single one of them. She's got like an Amedeo cardigan and then the top, and then I think she's got a full lace sweater as well, and I want to knit them all. And now that I've gotten the lace pattern, now that I understand how the lace pattern works, I think that even if I have to decipher through the other patterns, I'll be able to work it out. So I'm feeling a lot more confident in going into those ones. I wasn't before because of the pattern writing style. I've knitted another one of her designs and really struggled with the pattern as well. It just doesn't make sense to me, but I think the more I read her patterns, the more I'm understanding the way she writes. It's not going to deter me from knitting any more of her patterns because I am genuinely so in love with every single one of them. But yeah, I just need a bit more brain capacity to be able to kind of rewrite it in my style. So this will definitely be a finished object in my next podcast, and I cannot wait to try it on. I haven't tried it on yet, so I don't know if it fits. I'm really hoping it does. I went up a size just in case because I didn't want it like too tight. I wanted it just like maybe neutral ease, and I thought that the smaller size would have been a little bit too tight. So I've gone up a size so that hopefully when I've put on a bit more weight as well, I can actually still fit into it, because I know this is going to be a favorite. those are my two main WIPs that I'm working on, but I also did cast on this one. I can never remember the name of it, so I have to look at it. So this is called the Filigree Cami by Marzina Kolozek. It is a beautiful summer top with just these gorgeous lace panels running down the back. I just fell in love with it when I saw it, and I've been really wanting to get into more lace, so I thought just having the lace panels at the back, this would be great. So it's not like all over lace, it's not too intimidating, and it's knit up in pieces, so I feel like that was a little bit less intimidating for me as well. I've only got the tiniest little bit going on right now, like a very, very tiny amount, so I'm looking forward to knitting this up. I'm using some, I think it's a Sportalicious base from Skein Yarn. It's a 50% merino, 50% silk, so it is just absolutely luxurious. Anything with silk in it, I am obsessed with. It's so cool to the touch. It's so lovely for summer. It's in the colorway Barley, and I think it's going to go really well with this design. So I don't have much to say on it so far. From what I've read, it's a really nice pattern and easy to understand. So I'm looking forward to getting more into this. But yes, this yarn is absolutely stunning. I can't wait to have this growing, but the Amedeo sweater will be what I'm working on next. So I'll get to this. This is kind of my casual when I want to do a bit of lace work. I'll work on this, which honestly hasn't been that much lately. And the only other thing that I thought I would chat to you about is something that I was trying to work out the colors for, because I had casted on the Mountain Bed sweater by Caitlin Hunter, which I was so excited for. So excited, because it is such a gorgeous pattern and I really, really want this one in my wardrobe. But I'm struggling with the colors. I really am. I bought some Knitting for Olive no waste wool, and I was really excited about the colors. I have this beautiful green and then a brown, and then I had a neutral color as well. But when I actually knitted up the color work, I just didn't like them together. The brown and the green were two similar colors, so you just could not like see the difference in the colors. So I kind of scrapped that idea, and I've just been trying to work out some colors to go with this deep green, because I've got enough deep green to be the main color and I need the contrasting colors. I've been looking at what I've got in stash, because you don't need that much of the contrast colors. Like, you only need a little bit of each contrast color. So I don't want to go and buy something, but everything I've got in stash just isn't working. It's just not hitting. So I might have to change the background color. I might have to change all of the colors altogether. I don't know. So that's one that I'm kind of struggling with. I just don't know. I do have this orange that I was thinking might go with the green as one of the contrast colors. I don't know. I'm not very good at colors. I might just end up doing like just a plain white for the color work against the green. I feel like that would look pretty good too, but she's got 3 different contrast colors, so we'll see what happens there. I was a little bit upset because I really, really wanted to work on that, and I wanted some color work, so I will get to this when I decide on which colors I'm using and what's going on there. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I forgot about one of my main WIPs that I have been working on. This is something that I've gotten a big chunk out of, and something that was like a surprise cast on. I had no idea I was actually going to cast it on until I did. And it's because I was seeing so many beautiful Salty Day sweaters from the Cute of a Kika Cow. And so a few days before it ended, I wanted the summer version. So I casted on a summer version, and I've done the body of it so far. I was just seeing so many people casting on summer versions of the Salty Days, and I was getting a little bit of FOMO. I really wanted to join in, and I'm really happy that I did. This is some Bendigo Woolen Mills spring cotton, and I was actually knitting this up in my last podcast as the blouse number 2, but I'd made a massive mistake in that, and then as I was ripping it back, I didn't think that I would have enough yarn for the whole garment. I really thought that I would be playing massive yarn chicken or just not being able to finish it at all, and I just didn't want to chance that. So I was looking around for some other patterns to use this, because I've only got 400 grams to use, and it's a DK weight yarn, so I feel like there's only a certain amount of sweaters that use such little amounts of yarn. But turns out the Salty Day sweater doesn't use that much yarn for like the full sleeve length option as well. And I thought for this, I've seen a couple of shorter sleeve length versions as well. So I thought if worse comes to worse, I'll just do some short sleeves, and I know it looks good, but I will have more than enough for the long sleeves. I finished the body and I've still got over an entire 200-gram ball. I've probably got about 250 grams left, so we'll have more than enough. It's in this beautiful dusty pink, bright pinkish kind of color. I'll have it linked below for you. And I'm not much of a pink person, but this pink I can get on board with. It's a beautiful bright pink, but it's not super bright. It's like still like an earthy bright pink, if that makes any sense at all. It's a pink that I would wear. I don't know how much wear I'll actually get out of it because it is a little bit still out of my comfort zone, but I do absolutely love the color. And so I'm really looking forward to having a splash of color in my wardrobe, which I don't really have. And so this is going to be it. It brought back so many good memories. The Salty Day sweater was the first sweater that I'd ever knitted. And so knitting this up, so many good memories. I can see how far I've come as a knitter in under a year. I was rewatching my very first vlog, which was this one, and I had ripped back so many times. I was struggling with all of the lace, all of the cables, everything I was just kind of struggling with. Totally understandable for a brand new beginner. This one just flew off my needles so quickly, and I don't think I made a mistake in it yet. So, and I thought it was really easy to kind of knit along with. So it just goes to show you like how far you can come in a year of knitting, that this is now like an easy knit for me and more of a mindless knit for me now, where before I was ripping it back all the time and just learning all the ropes. So it's kind of cool just to knit something that I knitted in the early days and then see how far I've come. So that was really cool. I'm very excited to have this in the wardrobe. A splash of pink I'm very keen for. So that is all my active WIP. So let's chat about some beautiful acquisitions. And I think I've been gifted most of these, and I am so ridiculously excited for all of these, and I can't wait to share them with you. Let's start with some yarn first. And to say that I'm obsessed with this color would be an understatement. I love this color so much. It is perfection. This was kindly gifted to me from Ash and Eve Designs, the beautiful Susan there. So thank you so much, Susan. I'm beyond grateful. Let me show you what she's gifted me. She has gifted me a sweater quantity worth of the most beautiful color yarn you've ever seen in your life. I love this so much. I'm not a red person. I can't pull off bright red, but when I saw this on her website, I fell in love. This is a deep maroony kind of red. It's got like slightly lighter reds and then really deep rich reds in it. It is just, oh my goodness, I cannot express to you enough how excited I am to work with this and to wear it. I think it's gonna go with my skin tone really well, and I don't have anything like red in the wardrobe, so this is the red color that I would wear and I would be obsessed with. So I'm very excited for this. This is her MCN base. So it's 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere and 10% nylon. And it's in the color Crimson Cloak from her Grim series. Susan let me pick any color that I wanted, and it was so ridiculously difficult to actually decide on a color because every single one of them, especially in the Grim series, was just absolutely stunning. There's so many beautiful pinks on there. Oh, wow, 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 wow. If you haven't checked out Ash and Eve Designs, she's a beautiful hand dyer, and I've been having my eye on her yarns for so long, and so I was so happy when she reached out and wanted to gift me some. I was like, yes, yes, please. I'm obsessed. All of her colors are incredible, but this one just took my heart and I just couldn't say no. And when I opened the package, it was even more beautiful in real life. So I'm very excited to be knitting up with this. And thank you so, so much again, Susan from Ash and Eve Designs, for gifting me this. I cannot wait to have something in this beautiful color. I'll have a link below if you want to check out any of her colors. Check out her Grim series. You will not be disappointed. Every single one of them. The pinks. I'm not a pink person either. I think I'm turning into a pink person actually, but they are just absolutely stunning. And she's got some beautiful neutral bases. She's just an absolute genius. Absolutely brilliant. Love. Obsessed. Can't wait to knit this. I got gifted the most useful, practical, but beautiful and pretty knitting tool. And it has not taken a break because I've been using it non-stop since I received it a week ago. It has been my go-to favorite knitting tool, and it is this beautiful yarn spinner by Spring Fantasy. I cannot express to you how much of a game changer this is. It is, one, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful pink. You can get many different colors, but it is a portable yarn spinner. So you can detach this. It unscrews really easily, and then you just pop it into this little slot, and then she gives you this gorgeous little pouch, and you just pop it in this bag, and there you go. You can have a yarn spinner wherever you go, but I haven't had a chance to actually put it away into this beautiful little pouch because it's honestly permanently had a ball of yarn on it at all times over this last week, and I have been loving it. It's come in the car with me as well, and even when we're like going on a car ride, I was using this. I don't think that I can go back to just pulling yarn like I normally do anymore. I don't think I can do it because this is it's a game changer. It fits in every single project bag. It's so light and it's so compact, and it spins so well. It's so smooth, and I just find it a breeze to like pull my yarn out from, and it means I don't have to do the center pull either, because I was doing center pull, but when it gets right to the end it kind of gets a little bit messy, and then I've got to get like a sock to kind of like put over it. And this just fixes all of my issues with pulling yarn. So I have to thank you so much, Spring Fantasy, for gifting this to me. I cannot recommend these enough. I think I will be purchasing another one so that I can have two on the go at all times. The best thing about this too is that it's actually made out of a PLA+, which is a biodegradable and eco-friendly material, so much better for the planet as well. And I just love that she's a small business and she's really thinking about these things being eco-friendly. Anyone that's like that, I really would love to support. So absolutely fantastic. I cannot recommend this enough. So thank you so much to Spring Fantasy for actually gifting this to me. I love it. I was actually gifted some more absolutely gorgeous hand-dyed yarn too, and this one I love it so much. This is from Strawberry Patch, and she's from New Zealand. She's a New Zealand hand dyer, and she let me pick out whatever color I wanted, and I fell in love with this beautiful brown shade. It's called Teddy Bear, and it's made out of 80% New Zealand superwash merino and 20% nylon. It is so soft, so beautiful. I am obsessed with the color of it. I'm very excited to use these. She's also gifted me this beautiful pink sparkly yarn as well, which is just gorgeous. It's her superwash sparkle sock base, and it's 75% superwash merino and 20% nylon with 5% silver stellina sparkles. It is so beautiful. I actually think that I'm going to be knitting up a little sweater for one of my little nieces because of the little sparkles. It is so cute, such a beautiful color, and I love the little sparkles in it, and it's a really nice soft yarn as well. The beautiful Marina from Strawberry Patches has also kindly given you a discount, so if you use the code LOVELYDAYKNITS you can get 10% off her yarn. She has so many beautiful colors on her website, so definitely check her out. I love the teddy bear shade. She's got some beautiful neutral shades as well as some beautiful pops of color going throughout her website, and different yarn bases as well, so definitely check her out. And if you want 10% off, make sure you use code LOVELYDAYKNITS, and that will give you a beautiful discount as well. So thank you so much, Marina from Strawberry Patch, for gifting me these. I cannot wait to use this. They're so soft, such a perfect shade. I absolutely adore this. Thank you. I'm also so grateful because some beautiful viewers have sent some patterns through to me on Ravelry, and I'm so grateful. I have been sent the Cozy 5 and No Frill sweater from Heather. Thank you so much, Heather. This Cozy 5 has been on my to knit list for a while now. It is in German, so I will be needing to do some Google translating, which I have done, and I think that it's going to work out really well. I just love the design. It's got so much texture through it. I love the shape of it and the fit of it. And actually, I have just gotten the yarn arrive for this one. Are we surprised? I ordered some Bendigo woolen mills for this sweater. It's their Dolce, so it's 50% bamboo and 50% merino in this gorgeous color. It's called Cactus, and it's this lovely green color, and I've been dreaming of something in this like minty green color. I don't even think it really suits me that much, but I've been wanting a sweater in it. As soon as I saw this was a color in their bamboo and merino bases, I had to give it a go. And when it came, the color was actually even more beautiful in real life. So I think it actually will suit me. I think. Let's hope so. And this will definitely turn into the Cozy 5. So thank you so much, Heather, for gifting that one to me. And she gifted me the no-frill sweater. So if you saw my last week's Make 9 podcast, then you would have seen this is on my basics everyday sweater. And so I was so grateful to have this gifted to me. And I cannot wait to knit this up. I'm thinking I'm going to knit it up in a neutral color, like a white. I do have some white of this Bendigo Wool & Mills Dolce, so I'm thinking that might be something that I cast on with as well. So thank you so much, Heather. I'm very excited to knit those up. And I had the lovely Rian send me the Nocelina top, I think it's called, by Knit and Spritz. It's this beautiful singlet top with this gorgeous lace detailing down the side. So thank you so much for that one. I am very excited to knit that up, and it's perfect for my current climate going into summer. So that will be absolutely lovely. I think I've got some cotton yarn already lined up to knit with that one. So thank you so much, Rian, for that. I really appreciate it. And the beautiful Susan has sent me the tulip sweater, which was also in my Make 9. It was in the category of my everyday basic perfect sweater. I've been eyeing this one off for so long, and so this is absolutely perfect, and I need the perfect yarn for this. I'm just waiting for that perfect yarn to scream at me to knit it up in. So thank you so much, Susan, for this one. And I had a beautiful designer reach out to me and actually gift me what will be a bunch of patterns. So it's from Renate from Singing Knits, and she has a Singing Sock Together 2026, which is a year-long sock knitting journey, which is focused on leftover yarn, monthly themes, and mindful making. And I had a look at this, and her first design is absolutely beautiful. So you get a monthly sock pattern, and she's designed it so that you can use some scrap yarns out of your stash, and she's really mindful around each sock that she makes. And she gives you some beautiful reflections and things throughout there as well. So I think this is just the most beautiful and wholesome year-long sock knitting projects, and she's put so much time and effort and thought into this. And so thank you so much. I am really excited to cast on some of these socks, and I can't wait to see what comes out each month as well. So if you're really into sock knitting and you're looking for a year-long monthly released sock along type thing, and definitely check out Singing Sock Together 2026. I'm sure all of her designs being released are going to be absolutely as beautiful, even more beautiful than her first release. And thank you so much, Renate, for actually gifting that to me. I'm very excited to see what comes out. I feel like this has been a very long podcast so far, so if you're still with me, thank you so much. I just thought I would give you a little bit of a life and health update if you're at all following that journey, or just want to hear about life in general. But I don't want this podcast to be too long and non-knitting focused, so I'll keep it brief. There hasn't been a lot of development in my health as of late, as in like specialists and finding results and things to help out. I've got a lot more specialist appointments coming up. I've seen a few more specialists since last time I chatted to you about it. I have kind of declined a little bit more, especially in the last few weeks. Today has been the first day in about 3 weeks that I've actually felt I've had a little bit of energy and brain power. So I thought I'd jump on and do this video for you. I didn't actually think that I was going to be able to get a video out this week. I haven't recorded in about 3 or 4 weeks because I recorded the last 2 before I went away over the Christmas break. And yeah, since then I've kind of declined a little bit more, unfortunately. I've just got zero energy. So for the future Lovely Day Knits videos, I am not sure if I will actually be able to release weekly videos. I'm going to try my very hardest and hope that I've got at least 1 day of energy each week to release that to you. But just as a forewarning, some weeks might be a miss, and I do apologize for that, but I do have to take care of my health at the same time. I am still losing a lot more weight and yeah, just struggling a lot with energy. Like moving is a struggle. So if there's a missing video here and there in the future, then just that's probably why. I just didn't have any energy that week to actually record anything. But yeah, I just wanted to thank you everyone for being so supportive and lovely as always. And I'm hoping the next few specialists can help me out. I am supposed to be getting some Botox into my stomach, which is going to be interesting. I didn't think that's where Botox went, but there you go. Apparently it relaxes the muscles and they're thinking it might help with something maybe, but I'm willing to try anything. So even if that means that I can then sip on some water without being nauseous or it coming back up, that would be amazing. So I'm hoping that will happen soon, but everything in the medical world does take a really long time. So we'll see what happens. But other than that, I went to my in-laws down at Dubbo, which is like an 8-hour drive for the Christmas holidays, which was so lovely. Hubby and I just chilled out there and we had such a beautiful time watching my nieces and nephews open all their Christmas presents. And I got a lot of knitting done. As you can tell, my mother-in-law also knits, so we had a few knitting sessions together, which is really, really lovely. Hello to my beautiful mother-in-law if you're watching this as well. We stayed down there for a week and it was just so lovely and peaceful. They live on a farm too, so it's just chickens and sheep and just the sound of birds. So I love it so much. So I hope you all had a beautiful Christmas and New Year's break. I hope you got a break and I hope you got lots of knitting in. I surely did. And I'm wishing you all the best for 2026 and all the best for your knitting and your goals for knitting this year. And I wanted to thank you again for joining me from the very start. I've been doing this for like 7 months now, I think. So thank you so much if you joined me in 2025 and have been supporting me for that long. You guys are just the best and you make my week every week, and yeah, you really keep me going. So I appreciate every single one of you beautiful knitters who join me each and every week. If you're looking for some more knitting podcasts, vlogs or inspiration, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and join in on the knitting family here at Lovely Day Knits. Thank you so much again for watching and I hope you have a lovely day.